Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Matthew. Welcome back for another episode of Watty's channel. Today we are going to do another review of the Robert Jackson custom figures. So I've done a couple of these videos for Robert. One of them was an exclusive, and since done a couple that included some of his figures in some of the other videos I've made. So I've been wanting to come back here and do a couple exclusive videos. Since the last video, I've gotten a number of both Hasbro and LJN figures in. So for the sake of this video, I'm going to kind of break it down. So I'm going to have just Hasbro for this video, and I'll come back at a later date and reflect on the LJN figures as well. And hopefully by that time, I'll have a whole slew of other figures I can include for that particular video. So in this video, I will include both original figures. That way, for those that may not know, they can just look at the original Hasbro version compared to the updated modern version that Robert did. For those interested, if you go on eBay, Robert Jackson, omit the vowels, and you'll be able to look up his site. Just an amazing talent, and definitely has an eye for the unique, and which I really appreciate. So one of the first figures that I acquired right after the initial video I made, the first review, was I acquired a Roddy Piper from Series 2. And, well, this right here is just this is just a random duplicate that I have. Now, Roddy Piper, the original Hasbro version, is, in my opinion, one of the worst figures that Hasbro came out with. Aesthetically, this is a beautiful figure, but for whatever reason, they gave him these little curvatures in his feet, which makes it nearly impossible to stand up. And you're constantly having to lean him against something else, another wrestler. And what's happening every time you open up a display case? They're knocking those guys over. So he actually came out, like, I think number 2 on my least favorite Hasbro figures. Now, Robert, he has a habit of taking these figures and the most basic figures and turning them into solid gold. And that's what he did with the Roddy Piper figure. Now, there are so many things that I like about the updated version that Robert customized. Now, right off the bat, you eliminate the hot rod off the shirt, and you give him this amazing Panther decal on his shirt, which is so unique. But that's not where it ends. Now, he even came out with a secondary custom kilt for Roddy Piper. Yes, Piper's already sporting a built-in kilt. Whatever. That right there, I mean, that is just so... like I said, the man has a keen eye for coming up with the unique designs, and it's one of the reasons why I gravitate towards his shop so much, is because of the different attributes that he comes up with. Did he need a kilt? I don't know. I mean, I can't complain. I know I enjoy having it. It looks amazing on the figure. And even coming up with, he also comes up with these customized belts. So like the Macho Man LJN I showed had the Macho Man on the front. Even the championship belt for Roddy Piper has the hot rod on there. So there's just so much skill and talent that goes into these. And I talked about it before. The little felt that's on the belts, they're so much better than the regular run-of-the-mill laminate custom belts that you get. Generally, I'm not a fan of these type of belts, but because of the extra emphasis that he puts on the belts, and the Velcro actually sticks. I mean, a lot of the Velcro, you rip them apart one time, Velcro comes off, and now you only have one side showing. It's a pain in the neck. This, nice and tight every single time. This is just an absolutely gorgeous piece. Really did an absolutely fantastic job with this Roddy Piper. Again, that is Piper from Series 2. Now this is a more recent acquisition. So I'll start with the originals first. It is Axe and Smash from Series 1, the Tag Team Demolition. Now, the new Robert Jackson figures that I acquired, here's the thing. If you're not an avid Hasbro collector, you would never know the difference. You know, even me, I've been collecting this for about a year now, and I bought these figures a gazillion times over, and even I had to take a double look when I first looked at the figures, because they're so closely, they very closely resemble the original. So Smash easily has the biggest difference. So when you look at both the original and then you got the Robert Jackson custom here, the paint job on either figure is just so good, but the uniqueness of the Robert Jackson figure, again, did I need demolition? Was I searching for a demolition figure? No. But, I mean, was I possibly going to let this slip through my fingers knowing that it was right up there and I could have acquired it? This is just so good, and again, just enough difference to the paint to make it unique, to make it special. And there's a number of figures that have been on Robert Jackson's page that I've missed out on, and I've been highly disappointed about that. But for those that were able to acquire, and sometimes you really can't complain, because one, you're happy about the seller being able to turn a bigger profit than he would have if you had won, and two, it gives the other people out there enjoyment and the ability to come back and review some of these figures, and hopefully gives repeat business as well. This one had the smallest change. This was of course, the Axe figure. I'm trying to take him out of the casing here. So this is the original Axe, and again, if you're not an avid collector, you would never know the difference. There's just enough difference, and this right here is in particular, just enough difference to make it unique, to make it special. Just so good. So, in short, basically what they did is they put red. They went from going red on both sides, like the original, to black and red, and of course they had the little extra design around the eye, compared to like just a little, I don't know, bigger star type of deal on here. But like I said, did I need it? Nope. But was I gonna let it get past my hands? Of course not. This right here is just so exceptional, and I'm just absolutely thrilled that I was able to acquire this particular figure, or these figures. So here is another Series 1. This one I actually have in. I just took this off the shelf here. So this is an original original Series 1 Hasbro Ultimate Warrior figure. And let's be honest, none of the Warrior figures are bad. The fused legs on Series 1 is what makes it a less than ideal figure. But overall, I had this as a kid. It was a great figure. I enjoyed playing with it thoroughly. Now this was the first custom Hasbro Series 1. And this is just so good. And that championship belt is just so ideal for the particular colors that Robert used for this particular figure. And this one was super expensive too. I think I paid somewhere around like $50 for this. I know it was huge, but you know what? This right here, worth every penny, every time. So once again, this first custom Series 1 Ultimate Warrior. And we follow up with the second custom Ultimate Warrior. This was 1991 Royal Rumble, I believe, with the American colors. This is where he lost his green championship belt, or not green, excuse me, purple championship belt to Sergeant Slaughter. And this is just, I have this figure, a couple of them I think, for LJN Customs. And having one of these color schemes for Hasbro as well, so good. And again, championship belt blends in so perfectly with the figure. So amazing. And I like the little, I don't know if you guys can make it out. Maybe I might take it out of the packaging. Alright. But it's got the little Ultimate Warrior face. I mean, even when I look right at it, I could barely make it out, so I don't know if anyone else can make it out. Seeing it on the computer screen or on the camera. Alright. So, this hit my list of top 10 least favorite figures. It's a great figure. It's just, when I made my list way back when, I had to come up with 10 figures, and this just so happened to be one of them that came on the list. Even though he ends up with, you know, the second greatest Hasbro accessory of all time, the snake. So this is the Series 1 Jake Roberts figure from Hasbro. Now, I actually put in a special request to Robert, and he provided me an amazing Jake Roberts custom figure. I believe this right here is the one that he had on his page, and I bid on it, and I think I lost out on it. It sold for a pretty hefty price, and I was so disappointed because this was such a unique and such a phenomenal color scheme. So I asked him if he could customize a figure for me, and you guys, if you want to reach out to him, you know, the man takes commissions, and as you can see, he's worth every penny. So good. And he even came out with a second one, which is more of like a woodland colored color scheme. And I want to take this one out of the package because the boots on here are just so sensational. Look at that. That is... And per usual, he always comes out with these amazing championship belts. Let's see here. Okay, got the 360. Yeah, I'm really loving this woodland color scheme. Not quite BDU color, but it is more of like what hunters would wear in the woods. BDU, for those that don't know, battle dress uniform. They are the Army, I guess, work uniforms before they were replaced by the stupid blue digital crap. Whoever thought that was a good idea, I'm not going to go there. That's a video for another time. I'm missing one figure. Where did I put him? I know I grabbed one. Nope, I probably didn't. Okay, so I didn't grab an original Rick Rude, but that's okay. Everyone knows what Rick Rude looks like. But this is the custom, one of two custom Rick Rude figures. And you guys know, Rick Rude, both the Rick Rude Hasbro and Rick Rude Custom, or actually Rick Rude LJN, they're both my least favorite among the line. But I do continue to buy the Rick Rude Hasbro Customs repetitiously because the artists out there do such amazing work. And let me see if I can read what this says. Simply ravishing, with a little lip design. And then we got this little face up here. I don't know who that is, that decal, but that is so interesting. And of course, you've got the regular design of the Rick Rude figure. Alright, and last, oh, forgot to put my championship belt back on the figure. Can't have that. Alright guys, just one moment while I situate this figure. Alright, so the last one we're looking at is a pink pants Rick Rude. And what I really like about this one, before we get to the figure, I like the black belt, but man, this blue really pops. And with this particular color scheme, it looks beautiful. So I kind of noticed this on like the Galoob custom figure I bought of Rick Rude, where they had like the little built-in, championship design, championship belt design, and of course he's got the Ultimate Warrior's head on the back. Man, I'm trying to remember what match it was. It was Macho Man versus Ultimate Warrior. Warrior just beat him. You got this doofus walking around the ring, doing his little shimmy that he does, trying to get the Warrior to lose. Warrior still wins, and still goes out and beats the junk out of him. Man, the Warrior was just such a fun character. And that is the last of the customs, or the newly acquired customs, since the last or previous video I made. Again, I do have what I call Robert Jackson Alley. I mean, I have to give him his own props, right? His own area. I mean, it's only fair. I mean, I've got an entire shelf, top of the shelf for, right off the bat, Raider Nation. And I got 2 shelves for over there for Ram Treasures, and I got 2 more shelves down there for Wrestling Rider. And the fact that this amazing talent doesn't have his own area, I'm like, nah, we got to rectify that immediately. So what I've started doing, and I'll talk about these guys a little bit later, his custom LJNs, and try and flip this over just a little bit. Hopefully you guys can make it out. So right there, basically that wall is going to be all Robert Jackson custom Hasbros. So that will conclude it for now. Of course, I will be back, I don't know, a few days maybe. I'll come back down here. I'll make another video for the LJN figures as well. And that way I'll have that in queue to be uploaded when the day comes. Alright, everybody, thank you so much for watching again. As always, I really appreciate your viewership. I really do have the best fans, and I'm not just saying that because I'm biased. I really do believe it to be true. Thank you so much, everyone, and I will talk to you all soon. And goodbye for now.